There goes Golden Knight 608 on the takeoff roll. Now he'll make a left turn about come over the top of the field at 2,500 feet, and they'll throw those woodies out the back door that you see open there. And we'll watch them all the way to the ground, as will the crew in the aircraft and George Perez out there on the ground, as well as Staff Sergeant Shelby Bixler from Port Huron. She's an airborne parachute maintenance technician and recruiter liaison for the Golden Knights. The target area is hot. Sergeant Trey Martin from Houston, Texas was supposed to be our narrator, but I'm not sure that he's going to come up here and narrate since we're going to do a mass exit. So we'll wait and see here if we get a single pass for the narrator or if it's everybody's out. Everybody's coming out. All right, so I'll just talk a little bit about the United States Army Parachute Team Golden Knights. Watch now between the wing and the tail. Here they come. Deploying those black and gold parachutes almost just as soon as they get out of the airplane due to the low ceiling. Ram Air Parachutes of the United States Army Parachute Team, the Golden Knights. They have openings in the leading edge of those parachutes, which allows the parachutes to fill with air, and that makes them much like a winged glider, if you will. Allow them to control those parachutes very, very accurately. Normally, the parachutists would leap out of the airplane, free fall at about 120 miles an hour to a safe altitude, and then deploy their parachute. Today, they just left the airplane. Now, there's a two-stack right up there. See two of them together, one on top of the other. To be able to fly their parachute right in. Here's a swooper right in here. They control these parachutes by pulling down on toggles on the left side. Here comes another swooper in. Moving across the ground at about 30 miles an hour. Beautiful landing. A Golden Knight swooper landing. The cameraman, you can see the camera mounted on his helmet. And bringing in the Washington State flag comes the Golden Knights. Still the two-stack high above you. Here coming in with the MIAPOW flag. Your United States Army Parachute Team, the Golden Knights. Look how slow they descend into this wind. You can see the openings at the leading edge of that parachute, allowing them to control it very, very minutely. Now watch him as he pulls both toggles down. Slows the airplane down. Perfect Golden Knight landing out there. Watch the two-stack right above us here. Watch them as they fly it all the way to the ground. Just before touchdown, they'll break away. Pull down on those toggles and make a perfect Golden Knight landing.
Yeah.
All right, watch the break loose here. Perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, they were right at their minimums for a parachute jump. So they let it all hang out up there and did it for you folks. How about a nice round of applause for the United States Army Parachute Team, the Golden Knights. You guys do a lineup? All right, we're going to do a lineup, so you're going to get an opportunity to meet each and every one of these Golden Knight performers. He's an airborne artilleryman, Sergeant Trey Martin.
He's got a smile. Javier, you want to jump on the plane? Javier wants to jump on the plane. Let's just sign you up.
How's it going, Washington? We had a little bit of trouble with the clouds, but we all got out and put on a show for y'all today. The United States Army Parachute Team was formed in 1959 at the home of the airborne, Fort Bragg, North Carolina. At that time, the team consisted of 19 original members, each who were selected to assist in the development of modern parachute techniques, to provide world-class competition parachutists, and to perform live aerial demonstrations in support of Army-public relations and recruiting. In 1961, we were designated as the Army's official aerial demonstration unit, and 1 year later, we adopted our nickname, the Golden Knights. As the last of the jumpers removed their equipment and donned the distinctive maroon beret of today's modern paratroopers, I would like to introduce the jumpers in the order of their performance. Also assisting him today from Port Huron, Michigan, she's an airborne recruiter liaison with 60 free fall parachute jumps, Staff Sergeant Shelby Bixler. And now for your jumpers. From Olympia, Washington, he is an airborne company first sergeant with 7,000 free fall parachute jumps, First Sergeant Brian Schnell. Performing the difficult duties of free fall photography from Fort Worth, Texas, he is an airborne cavalry scout with 1,750 free fall parachute jumps, Sergeant First Class Chris Acevedo. From Vero Beach, Florida, he is an airborne parachute maintenance technician with 789 free fall parachute jumps, Staff Sergeant Tom Brita. From Orlando, Florida, he is an airborne parachute maintenance technician with 1,050 free fall parachute jumps, Sergeant Jesse Stoller. From Vancouver, Washington, he is an airborne combo specialist with 550 free fall parachute jumps, Staff Sergeant Brian Clarks. From Glen Burnie, Maryland, he is an airborne military policeman with 1,300 free fall parachute jumps, Staff Sergeant Kevin Pressgraves. From Canby, Oregon, he is an airborne cavalry scout with 983 free fall parachute jumps, Sergeant First Class Dustin Peregrine. And now, leading the Golden Knights in free fall. From Yuma, Arizona, he is an airborne ranger with 4,200 free fall parachute jumps, Sergeant First Class J.D. Marentis. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to present to you the gold demonstration team of the 2012 air show season. All members of your United States Army Parachute Team, the Golden Knights. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our performance for the weekend. On behalf of the entire team, I would like to thank each and every one of you for being such a warm and receptive airborne audience. In closing, I leave you with this final thought. In the future, may all your days be prosperous and your nights golden.
Thank you very much, Trey Martin, Sergeant from the United States Army Parachute Team, the Golden Knights. And First Sergeant down there, Brian Schnell. Brian?
Javier, did you like that kettle corn?